Hi everyone, it's Mickey here, and today we're going to start the first of our option select series, and first on the list is Devil Jin's u+4, how to completely shut down every option after he does u+4. Now u+4 itself is around -36 on block, so you have plenty of time to punish it. If he cancels it in the air, it's about -15, -16, but it really doesn't make much of a difference. And then he has other follow-ups. He has the high unblockable that you need to duck. He also has another high, which you also need to duck, but that recovers much faster. And then he has a mid that's -15, but the farther it hits you, the safer it gets. Now typically the universal option would be to do the jump kick and continue your combo, which is good because the jump kick is a high damage move. But if he doesn't stay up in the air, your jump kick will completely whiff and you'll lose out on a lot of damage. So what you need is a move with a good enough vertical hitbox, for example Miguel's 4-3, that will completely swipe him out of the air no matter what he does. And yeah, a good number of jump attacks will work as well. However, against a move like Fly 2, the jump attack will still whiff because during Fly 2, Devil Jin really flattens his body up in the air, making a lot of things whiff. So even moves with really high hitboxes like 4-4-3, or even a move like a hop kick, for example, will completely whiff. Though for the hop kick, that's just a timing issue, because for some characters the hop kick is the only option, so you'll need to learn the timing. But yeah, depending on the character you're using, you probably have easy options which we're going to go through right now. So for Kuma, you get the jump forward 4 into down forward 1. I chose down forward 1 because whether you hit him in the air or not, you'll still get a combo. Even though if you hit him when he's grounded, you may be able to get a down forward 2-1 for the full launch. Now for Alisa, she is the only character that really has to think about what Devil Jin does afterwards, because she doesn't have a consistent option. But what she can do is she can sidestep and then react to what Devil Jin does. So since Devil Jin is very minus and her sidestep is really good, you just need one little sidestep, see what he does, and then punish accordingly. That recovers quite fast. You can still launch it, but if you take too long you'll miss, so better to do something fast to punish it. Everything else will just completely whiff if she sidesteps, and then so you just punish accordingly and get your full combo. Same for this last one, which I thought would track after the sidestep, but it really just whiffs and you have a million years to punish, but Devil Jin recovers in a foolish way, so you have to be very particular about your punish afterwards and then, get your damage. Now for Armor King, he has a relatively easy time. Duck upper works quite well, whether he's grounded or not. You don't really have to dash into it, just do it and then you'll get your combo. Down forward 1 seems to be the most consistent depending on, how high he is in the air. He can also get forward 1+2, to really just swat him out of the air like the Fly is. This can be good if he's low on health and used it to panic, or if you're on a floor break stage. He can also get dash up hop kick, but we already talked about the hop kick inconsistencies, but it's easier than duck upper, so you decide how you want to kill him. Anna has also a relatively easy time. He just fought for 3-4-3, one of the best moves in the game in my opinion. Every time it'll hit him out of the air and you get a free shoulder. But depending on how high up in the air he is, you may be able to convert for a full combo if you're very careful, if you're very keen on what's happening. But yeah, I'm not that kind of Anna player, but it's very possible if you got it like that. For an easier option though, she has a 2-3 back. The 3 will always hit him, and it'll always hit him high enough in the air that you'll get the combo regardless. If he stays grounded, you just get your plus frames. Asuka has one of the easiest times with this move, just up forward 4. It'll always work no matter the distance, no matter what he does, and you get your combo. I don't know how to end this combo after the float. I'm sure a proper Asuka player would know, but yeah, you get creative. Now baby boy over here has a very fun time. For his hop kick, he needs to dash up a bit to make sure it always works, and then back 2 is the most consistent option after the float, because you might float him a bit too low to the ground, and then you get your combo. He has some easier options that require you to dash in a bit. You just do dash in back 1-2. This is my favorite because he hits you hard on the ground and then picks you back up again for a combo, which I absolutely love. It's not the best, but I just love that move. He also has, for the super easy options, it's just up back 3, no need to dash in or anything. And 1+2, 1+2, which is hit confirmable, but you don't need to hit confirm because it'll always work. So those are the two options. 1+2 is good if you're on a floor break stage. Up back 3 is good if you're just feeling lazy. Bryan has a very easy time as well. It just depends on how disrespectful you want to be. Back 4 works all the time and does 24 damage, which is good. Also breaks the floor. His other option is back 1, which does similar things. It'll break the floor in a different state, but yeah, this one gives you more plus frames if he decides to stay grounded. So you choose how you want to kill him. Claudio also has an easy time. Up forward 3 just does everything for you. It's not gonna get a combo from it ever, but it's just gonna work. It's just gonna shut him down completely. Devil Jin. Now Mishimas and the electrics are very good against this move, though, except Kazuya, but we'll talk about that. But for electric, it works all the time. You don't even need to dash in, just do an electric and it'll work. But if you want it to be a bit easier, Devil Jin can do back 4. Now back 4 is plus frames if he stays grounded, and if it hits him in the air, you can get a free forward 3+4 to send him to the wall. Or if you're on the floor break stage, you can do back 4 and then dash up into down forward 4-4, and then you'll get your combo. However, with back 4, if it whiffs from max range, it's -10. It's only exactly -10, so be careful about that if you want to take it easy. Dragunov also has a simple time. You just do down forward 2. However, for him, you have to inch forward a bit first to make sure it works. Just inch forward a tiny bit and do down forward 2 and get your combo. However, if you hit him when he's a bit low, all you'll get is that instead of the full combo. So be careful about that. Eddy, another one with another simple time. Quarter circle 4-3 works all the time and you'll always get your combo. That's fantastic. That's great. It completely kills this move. An even simpler option is for 3+4. You won't always get your combo, but if he stays grounded, you will get your combo. But if he goes up in the air, you'll just hit him on the ground. But you'll get your combo if you're on the floor break stage, so choose wisely. Eliza, oh, poor thing. Now for her, she struggles the most. She needs full meter to get a combo from this all the time. And even then, it's very easy to mess up. At least for me, it's easy to mess up this bloody drive of hers. But yeah, if she has full meter, she'll always get her combo. If she doesn't have meter, she has to do the heavy shoryuken. And the thing with the heavy shoryuken is at max range it'll whiff, so you have to hold forward so she inches forward a bit and then do the heavy shoryuken, and you still won't get a combo even if you hit him how high in the air, which is super unfortunate. Feng, easy time, forward 4, delay 3, always get your combo. That's fantastic. I think that's a very good matchup for Feng because of this move, in my opinion. Geese has a very interesting time. He can get jump forward 3. This will work no matter what he does. I don't think anything is guaranteed if he stays grounded, but if he stays up in the air, you float him very high up and you get whatever you want. Now if you really want the damage, you can get jump forward 4 as well for a lot of damage, but it won't work against this move. Only that move will beat it, so that's a bit of a hard read on your part. Now Bayman over here also has a simple time. Down 2 will work all the time, and it's very satisfying to swat Devil Jin out of the air with down 2. He also gets back 1, and that's a mini float combo. He could get more in previous seasons. I don't know what adjustments they made, but yeah. Right now all he gets is a forward 4-2 if it floats, or a full combo if he stays grounded. You can do while standing 3 as well. You won't get anything if it floats, but it's a bit more damage than back 1 if you're really desperate for damage. There's that option as well. Heihachi, like I said, Mishimas and the EVGF, how do you say that? EVGF? Electric. And Mishimas and electric, you don't need to dash, it'll just hit them out all the time. Sometimes, some very few times it'll whiff against fly 2. Now forward 4-2 works very well. I noticed like you can still get a float, and I find that so dumb. Why is this move so good? It's just absolutely ludicrous. And then if he's too close as well to do the forward 4-2, it'll still hit Devil Jin towards his back, and that's so silly. But hey, he has it, so enjoy. Now for Hwoarang, his requires a bit of brain power. I don't know if that's asking too much from Hwoarang players, but hey, if you do forward 4 and he lands on the ground, you'll get another forward 4 for the punish, and if he stays up in the air, you will get back 3 for the float. But if you do the back 3 too quickly, it'll whiff, and if you do the follow-up forward 4 too quickly, the combo won't connect, so yeah, be careful about that. Jack also has a simple time, just dash in and down forward 2, works every time, get a combo every time, fantastic. I miss this boy. Now Jin, I have to admit, Jin's combos are quite fun. There's something really fun about playing Jin. I see why people might want to do it. You can get the dash up hop kick and get a combo every time, no matter what happens, which is great. Now this move, I love it. Zen 3+4, it's just so satisfying to do. This is the only consistent combo I got, because sometimes the axis is all over the place, so that's the only combo I found to be 100% consistent after it. And yeah, and also just hitting this move in general is just really satisfying, so I'll give Jin that.
It's 11 hours.
Josie doesn't get too much. She just gets a dash up hop kick, and hop kick isn't really the best, so you have to be careful about that, which is quite disappointing because she has a lot of jumping attacks, but yeah, that's all you'll get with her, for guaranteed. Now Julia, the most heartbreaking for mine. I thought Julia, honestly, with how she's always up in the air, she'd be able to kill Devil Jin in so many ways, but her hop kick, the problem with her hop kick is that the second hit sometimes whiffs and you won't get your combo. But if it connects, you get your full combo. If it whiffs, then I'm sorry, but yeah. You can do the single hop kick to float him out of the air, which is good. However, if he stays on the ground, all you'll get is a little bit of damage and some plus frames to work with, so yeah, you decide if you want to do the double, if you want to do the single. It's still a lose-lose for Devil Jin. Katarina, she gets up for a 3 very easily, no need to dash in. You get your combo if he stays grounded, but if it floats in the air, she doesn't get a combo afterwards. Poor thing. We'll miss you, Katarina. You gone too soon. Gone way too soon. Now, Kazumi. Again, similar characters with hop kick can still do it, but her hop kick is so trash. It's actually so terrible. You have to really dash in to get it, but it's still possible. And if you float too low with the hop kick, all that's guaranteed is a 1+2 forward, which isn't much, but it's still in your favor. But whiffing that hop kick is just so sad. She also gets forward 4, which sometimes it might whiff if you're too slow. So you have to be quite on point for that, so yeah, it's a bit, yeah, you need to be a bit on point if you want to punish this with Kazumi, otherwise just sidestep and react to what Devil Jin does afterwards. Kazuya, like the Mishima's, the electric wind godfist works perfectly, except his doesn't have as high of a hitbox as the other two I've just noticed, which is strange because I thought he was the electric king, but yeah, his electric doesn't hit as high as the others. But I've noticed wind godfist does. It's much more reliable than electric, so yeah, you can do that. However, if you want an even simpler time, you can just do forward 4-3 to hit him down on the ground. You get your combo if it's a floor break stage, or you can do crouch dash 3, which is another very satisfying way to hit him out of the air for a lot of damage. So there you go. King, and such an easy character, just dash up, hop kick, no matter how low he is to the ground, you'll still get your combo with the down forward 4-3, just what a simple, powerful character. Yeah, if you play King, good for you. Enjoy. Now bears like Heihachi get forward 2. However, if it hits him out of the air, they don't get a float combo, unfortunately. I guess, I don't know, balance or something. That's no guaranteed. Sometimes it even whiffs, but it's an option. They also get dash up forward 1+2, which is good plus frames if he stays grounded, or you get a full combo if he stays in the air, which is great. Now for my favorite option in the game, the rage drive. Oh my gosh, imagine being Devil Jin, thinking you're doing some high IQ shit and then that happens. That's just so embarrassing. Look at him, he's barely in frame when he's getting hit by that. That's fantastic, my favorite in the game. Now Lars, unfortunately, surprisingly, Lars with all his jumping attack, he doesn't have anything that's consistent against it, but what he can get is a sidestep and then you do just a standing fall. That's the only thing I found that works consistently, and it's even not 100% consistent because sometimes it whiffs, but it whiffs at no risk. But yeah, and really the move just does whatever it wants, but yeah, that's the only consistent option you have as Lars. Everything else is a hard read. But honestly, screw Lars anyway. Who plays Lars anymore? So we have Law. He gets some good damage options. He can get the double flips, dash up double flips, and you'll still get a combo afterwards. If he stays up in the air, you won't be able to get back 2, but if he stays on the ground, you'll get back 2, which is good. So you have to keep an eye on that. If he stays up in the air, you can get 3+4 fall for still decent damage. But if he stays grounded, then the last hit of 3+4 fall will whiff. So you have to be careful about that, about what you're going to choose to do afterwards. For simpler options, you can also get the dash up hop kick and still get a combo, less damage but a bit more consistent in my opinion. And I mean, sometimes you might try the flip it, mess up and get the hop kick or vice versa, so that's good. Even simpler for 3+4. Now Lee has some simple options that don't really necessarily give him much in terms of combos. Back 4 will work all the time for plus frames, for 3+4 will work all the time for plus frames, and they both break the floor. There is one option though, sidestep 3+4. Now sidestep 3+4, the problem with it is that it's not 100% consistent, and also there's so many ways it can hit double chin in the air that the follow-up afterwards, you have to be really keen on what you're gonna do, and sometimes it just whiffs completely. So yeah, you have to be really keen about what's happening on screen to use that move. Lei has an also simple time, dash up hop kick works, but the problem with dash up hop kick, as much as if you float low enough, like if the float is too low, back 2 can sometimes pick up. Most times it will pick up, but there are very, very rare times that it won't pick up, which is unfortunate. But yeah, it could happen, so keep an eye on that. Forward 3 is a bit more reliable in terms of getting a combo all the time, but sometimes, some very few times, it'll whiff against fly 2. So be careful about that. You decide what you want to do. Now we have Leo, who has very interesting options. Well, she has a standard hop kick option like everyone else. Well, not everyone else, but most everyone else. Just dash up hop kick, get your combo. If it floats too low, all you get is a down 4. I don't know if you can get a quarter circle forward 3. I'm really not that guy to try and do that. But yeah, that will work if your float is too low. She also has this other option though, quarter circle forward 3+4. Now it'll still punish, which is good, and it'll hit him out of the air, all the time. And against fly 2, sometimes fly 2 will whiff and leave you right in his back to get some free stuff, which is great. Lili has the simplest time out of everyone. I've said this for like 5 characters now. Just dash forward to the hop kick, it'll work all the time and you get your combo all the time no matter what. And she has an even much simpler option in terms of down forward 3+4. This one you don't have to think, you don't have to hesitate, just do it and it'll work. You get your combo every single time. What a fantastic move. Now for Chloe, who isn't as blessed and highly favored as Lili, all she gets is a dash up hop kick, and unfortunately if it floats too low, I haven't found anything that connects afterwards. I don't know, someone could tell me if there is one, but a really satisfying one she has is wild running 3, and you know how I love running moves, so that's a win for me if I'm playing Chloe against Devil Jin ever. Look at that, just so satisfying. And then we have Master Raven. Now Heihachi gets forward 3, but if you do it too quick, it'll whiff if he stays grounded. So you have to like do it a bit slow, do like a 16 frame forward 3. And then it'll work every time, you get your combo. And then we have Marduk. With the buff to Marduk's down forward 1, he no longer needs to dash up and do it, he can just do it from wherever he is and it'll work. And you'll even get a float no matter what. But down back 2 is the most consistent float, down back 3 sometimes will whiff. Now the problem with down forward 1 is that sometimes it'll still whiff from tip range, because Marduk, his tip range is much longer than others, and he'll whiff it and he'll only be at -12, so be careful about that. And then we have Negan. No, sorry, Miguel. Same thing. Miguel has a number of ways of really hitting Devil Jin out of the air. Really satisfying ways that don't really do much in terms of getting him a combo every time. But yeah, it's just, if I was playing Miguel, I don't think I'd even really care for a combo. I would just love to really squash Devil Jin with a number of any of these moves really, and just, you know, send a message across. Negan, down for 2 works all the time. I haven't found anything that will work if it floats. Except that's all he gets really. Maybe there's something else, I don't know. But if you do back 4 alone instead, you can still get a combo with 4-3 and continue the combo if it floats. Plus frames if he stays grounded, and then you can really just squash Devil Jin with back 1+2 and down to, you know, get that message across. Now Nina, down by 3+4 is the move. I hear it got nerfed in Season 3, and I've seen some videos where the range is very unreliable, but I haven't found it to be unreliable against this move. But who knows, maybe for you, you'll be unlucky and it might whiff, but for me, I found it to be the most reliable. And then we have Noctis. Noctis, now down for 2, does everything you want it to. It will launch him if he stays grounded, and if he stays up in the air, you'll get a float. You continue with down back 1+2. And then you have to really mash 2-2, 4-2 for it to connect, otherwise the 2-2 will whiff. And you get your combo. Simple. And then we have Paul. Paul, dash up hop kick seems to be the only consistent option. Luckily with the buff to 3-2, you get decent damage regardless. Back to used to work, I don't know if they nerfed it, but now it's not consistent anymore, but it used to be the easy option. Now that's all he gets. Then we have Shaheen, another piss easy character, just dash up hop kick. No matter how low he is, you'll still get down forward 1 for some reason. Sometimes very rare little whiff, but yeah, it's still silly easy for him. Steve has to do peekaboo up forward 1+2 for the launch. It'll launch no matter the range. However, if it floats, before you could get a dick jab into full crouch down forward 2, now I can't seem to connect that. But for a really easy option, you can just do forward 2 and it'll hit him both times, no matter what he does, which is, you know, keep it nice and simple. Then we have Xiaoyu. Xiaoyu, you have to do back 3+4, which will do an automatic side step right, and then you can do mistrust, which will punish if he stays grounded. However, even if you can get some combos if it floats, it's really situational. It really depends on what Devil Jin did afterwards, because not everything will work all the time. 4-3 was the most reliable. But sometimes, yeah, you can still launch him and you won't be prepared for it. You just have to, you know, keep sharp and see what Devil Jin does, and then, you know, get your damage. Otherwise, that works all the time. A simpler option will be up forward 1+2, which just really hits him no matter what he does. Get plus frames if he stays grounded, knocks him down, breaks the floor if he stays up in the air. Yoshimitsu has a number of good options. Crouch dash 1 into Kincho fall works. For both options, you get your full combo, fantastic. He also has Kincho 2 1+2. This is good for breaking the floor, but it works no matter what happens. And then we have forward 1+2, just keep it super simple. Shock attack. Yeah, just like that. And then last and the very least, we have Zafina, who just gets a dash up hop kick. And luckily she gets a combo every single time, so that's good. Float down forward 1 into, you know, the rest of her shenanigans. And that's gonna be it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and found it useful. Kindly leave some feedback if you have, you know, some requests you'd like to see, or, you know, something you'd like to tell me. If you want to say hi, you know, just leave it down in the comments. And until next time, this has been Mickey, and signing out until the next video.